find those men at that be doing like the rose petals to the tub, you know, candlelight dinners, opening doors, setting dates, you know what I'm saying? If you want it, you can grab it, baby, ain't no thing. Like where they at?
I literally have one conversation with a boy, a few talks, and then it's like, okay, that's it.
Can we talk about how men don't offer to buy girls drinks at the bar anymore? I've been single for 6 years, and I can count on one hand how many times a guy has offered to buy me a drink. But it's not just that, it's guys coming up and approaching girls in general is so scarce these days. I'm like, we as women have almost made it where we're like, leave us alone, so much to the point that they really are. And they all just want to like slide in your DMs, but would never approach you in real life.
What is it with boys? And like, once a girl rejects them like once, they never try again. A girl rejects them like once, they never try again. Like, once a girl leaves him on red once, is like, yeah, like, I'm not really interested once. Like I get it, you don't want to bother them or something, you don't want to like come off as creepy, but like, you don't even try.
Okay, so I just got into my car after going on a date, right? And let me just tell you something. I don't know what the deal is with like men now, but I had told him prior that I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that okay, and are you going to cover them? And I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever, but when I handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked, and then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I handed it to him and he literally looked shocked at me and said, I can't cover this. It was $478 for pre and post date expenses. You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me. Look at all the effort that I had to put into going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses? Are you fucking kidding?
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. This is why playing hard to get backfires on women in modern dating. Like I always tell you guys, men do approach women. They're out here asking, why don't men approach women? Men actually do approach women, but here's the thing. You are not in control of how attractive that said man is to you that's coming to approach you. You cannot turn around and say, men don't approach me. Men actually do approach you. You know, this leads them to get frustrated. It really does, because the men that they want aren't checking for them. But then they make it an all-man problem. It makes no sense. This is why, actually, when I see a woman triple taking at me, double taking at me, I actually crack a smile. I crack a smile because you understand what's happening. But that doesn't mean that I'm actually interested in her. Now, she can walk away and open her phone and think, why didn't he come approach me? They never stop to think that guy's not interested in you. But there were guys that were interested in you. You played hard to get with them. They had good intentions for you. You didn't want to get on with them. It doesn't make any sense. And see, these women will call these same guys options. I got a bunch of guys in my DM. I have options. I got a bunch of guys that want to court me and simp for me. Options. So then why are you always complaining? Because regardless of what anybody thinks, yes, women do have those options. Options, remember, don't want those options. Sad out here, man. Let's get straight into this video. The guys they want don't want them, and they make up a bunch of lies. Let's get into this first clip and then go over it.
I was having a conversation with people last night about how Australian guys don't really approach women versus American guys do. We're missing a very key piece of information with that statement. While Australian guys may not approach women as much as American men do, the American men that do approach you are not the ones that you want to be approached by. I think Australian guys are more charismatic than a lot of American guys. They're just cooler. Honestly, the mullet's bullets and the mustaches are really working out for them. I have no complaints. And if they were to approach women, it would probably work, versus the American guys that I have been approached by are never people that I'm like, wow, I'm so glad he approached me. The difference is that Australian guys don't have the confidence to approach a woman, and they should, versus American guys do have the confidence to approach a woman and they shouldn't. So if there are any Australian girls over here that yearn for an American guy that would actually approach them, you might want to be careful what you wish for now that you know what I just told you.
You would think that that clip is confusing, right? Nah, I'm gonna make it make sense. So if the men that don't approach you have no confidence, but they're charismatic and good looking, then what the hell are you talking about if you have no experience with these men? Oh, you're living off of other people's experience or what you've heard about these type of guys. Australian men are better looking than the guys from the US, but you know, like the guys from America they have the confidence to approach me, but I don't want them. But the Australian guys that I do want don't have the confidence to approach me, but they're good looking, charming, and charismatic. How do you know all of this? See, this goes into what I always tell you guys. Depending on how attractive you are to her, she has all these preconceived notions about you. Or she's heard of your type of guy before. She's experienced your type of guy or has seen her friends experience this type of guy, and she finds it attractive, but she doesn't know how to get at the situation. Once again, playing hard to get, backfiring on her. Even good Christian women are struggling with this. Let's get into this clip and then let's analyze this as well.
Can someone tell me where all the good, godly men went? The ones that highly value women and live the way God wants us to. The ones who are happy to acknowledge that those that have found a wife have found a good thing. The ones that will tell you that you're beautiful, not that you're hot. The ones that want to do nice things for you, not because they want to get something in return, but because they just genuinely appreciate the joy that it brings to your day. The ones that will message you in the morning or right before they sleep, or give you a phone call or a video call because they just can't wait to see your face or hear your voice. What happened to those kind of guys?
Bruh, there were plenty of guys throughout her youth, throughout her early years, because we can see how old this woman is, apparently. There have been plenty of guys that wanted to stick by her. There have been plenty of guys that were interested in her. Remember, guys, they have options that they'll always fall back on to big themselves up with and to throw it in your face. I don't need you. I got options. Yeah. But you never got on with one of these options. This is exactly why I tell you, if they don't pick one of these guys, build something together, have some kids, have a good life together, it means nothing. These options mean nothing. The guy, is he giving her a ring? Is he giving her his last name? If he's not doing any of that, it's just talking. Best believe there's been plenty of guys that wanted to be with this chick and she played hard to get, and this is where it's led her. Let's analyze this next clip because it never really matters what you say. It's just who you are. Roll the clip.
I'm fully convinced that men don't know how to talk to women anymore because a man came up to me a couple weeks ago and his opening line was, "You look like you can drink more than me." I said, "Did you just call me big and fat?" And he was like, "Oh my God, no, like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, oh my God, I'm big and fat." And I was like, right. He goes, "I just meant like, you look like you can like handle your liquor." And I was like, "So I look like an alcoholic?" Either you said I look like an alcoholic or I look like a fatty. Either way, this is not going well. And he's like, no, you just look like you can have a good time. And I was like, I would be having a better time if this conversation ended. So I'm gonna need you to... And it was like, it would have been fine if like he had like followed up with something good, or, you know, like we could have laughed. But then he also told me that he didn't vote. So just 3 strikes, bro.
See, playing hard to get with that guy. Now I'm going to give you an example. On my dating app profile, it says, let's make sure we're on the same page about home cooked meals and booty rubs. A woman responded to that is actually my type, and responded and said, I like home cooked meals and I definitely need my booty rubbed. See, are all women gonna like that prompt response? Are all women gonna think, damn, like, yo, what the hell? What is all of that about? he should be coming at it from this perspective, and it should be set up more professional, and he should be trying to court a woman and da-da-da-da-da-da. No, my agenda is come over so I can rub on your butt, and rubbing on your butt is going to lead to what? I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. See, this is why I tell you guys, always focus on your agenda. This is why I help guys with the profiles, because a lot of guys try to mirror women. No. You have to craft your profile in a way that says, I'm trying to get physical, and have it be respectful, playful, funny, but where a woman gets the gist of what type of guy you are. Hey, you got a picture on the profile of you with your shirt off showing your abs. Everything is sealed. Now, women that want to play hard to get, they're not going to get the attractive guy in the dating app. The women that are not going to act like, oh, I need this to go this way, they're going to actually get an opportunity. Another point I want to make, men give out way more opportunities than women. We can like women for other reasons. We don't have to play hard to get. You know, she could have a pretty face, no boobs, no butt. A guy will find her attractive. A guy will give out an opportunity on a mass level, on a mass scale. She can have a butt, okay face. A guy will give her a chance. He'll find something attractive about her. Hell, there's women that are plain Jane, but their demeanor and their attitude is just so bubbly. They want to be next to a dude and they know how to get a dude, and men find that attractive. We don't play all of these games. We give out more opportunities because remember, men still do approach. So every time a man approaches, that's offering you an opportunity. That's trying to give you an opportunity. Whether you take it or not, that has nothing to do with anything. This is why I always go back to this point. You cannot control the attractiveness of that said guy that's approaching you. You cannot dictate what he says or how it goes down. Men are still approaching you. You want to play hard to get? It's going to affect you in your older years, not your younger years. See, they can have all these standards and rules, but that's also playing hard to get. Women can say, oh, I need a guy to do this and be this and do that and do this. That's fine. And you can wrap that up as standards, but it doesn't matter. That's basically you making yourself harder to get, and you're making yourself harder to want. You play hard to get, guys are like, you're hard to want. I don't even want you no more. That's how it starts off when men have self-respect for themselves. Oh, she's throwing up all of these, whatever. Oh, he needs to, all right, go away. Only the suckers chase them. These are the same guys that they consider options that they save for later, like leftovers. And this actually helps men approach, because what you come to find out is nothing matters. If she rejects me, nothing matters. If I get the number, nothing matters, because that could still lead to nothing. A woman's giving me choosing signals, nothing matters. But I see that she's attracted to me, I'll make my move. But nothing at the end of the day matters. Your ego shouldn't get caught up in any of this. They're not that important. See, the guys that they find attractive understand that, and that's what I try to do with this channel. You guys might not understand and it goes over your head, and I know a lot of guys watch this for entertainment, but this is helping you realize that they're not a big deal. You approach, you don't approach. You don't need to sit there for a week thinking to yourself, damn bro, I should have approached that girl. How is this changing your life in any way? Oh, the root cause of that feeling is you don't find yourself that attractive. You don't really love yourself, because if you did, there will always be a chick right around the corner. So let's say you didn't approach her. You can literally change that, and that feeling that you have, you can change that by going to approach another woman. You can become more attractive, put yourself out there on a dating profile. The dating market will show you just where you stand. The funny part about women is the dating market shows them where they stand. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to put in work to become better. Nah, the men I want should want me. At least men can admit, I'm not the most attractive dude. I should work on something. I should get a new haircut. I should change my style, because that will attract more women. Guys actually seek out information. Women don't. They don't seek out the truth. They seek out lies, comforting lies. Oh, it's just their problem. Something's wrong with them. They're not masculine enough these days. They can't handle a strong, independent woman like you. Because at the end of the day, men and women are still getting on. Like, I know it seems like it's divided. But when women want a guy, they know how to act in that guy's presence. When men want to get a woman, a lot of men don't know, but there's a good amount of men that do know what to do. And those men that do know what to do can tell other men what works and what doesn't work. We don't play all these hard to get games. If anything, we're just looking for a woman to cooperate. This backfires on women because in their younger years, yes, they have a lot of options, but if they don't pick one of these guys, it's all to shit anyway. It's all going to shit anyway. And another thing, before we get out of here, I want to make this abundantly clear. never feel bad if a woman rejects you. I still believe men should approach. You guys know my stance on things. I'm just saying it like this. Don't go out of your way to keep chasing behind a woman if she's making it abundantly clear that she doesn't want you. Because if you chase behind her, guess where you're going? Into the bin of options that she doesn't want like that. It's better to deal with women that want you than women that don't really know what they want to do with you. It's not happening. It's a non-cipher. So do not engage with women that play these hard to get games that I don't know. I didn't like that you said that. And, oh, really? You think you're it's done. It's done. I tell guys on coaching calls all the time, I'll give you an example of something that you wouldn't consider disrespect that I consider disrespect. And why? Because I have a high level of confidence within myself. And your experience shows you from having a lot of experience with women coming over, interacting with you, maybe going out doing something, but their attitude towards you shows you, I want this on a consistent basis. Even the rejections in between, those don't count. That counts. When men find themselves attractive, they ain't going for any of this. And this is why women have a problem with the attractive men that don't find them attractive or that are not making moves on them. Think about it, right? If attractive men are scarce, as they say, then why is this guy making you a big deal? The question will never make sense because they search for lies. They don't search for the truth. So this was why playing hard to get backfires on women in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy, Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I would never date a broke man. That is so fucking pathetic as a man to be broke. That is your one job, to provide and protect. And you're gonna let me pay for anything around you? No. I would not even be friends with a guy who makes me pay for stuff. You're a man, bro. And you're gonna watch a girl buy a coffee in front of you? You don't have $7? Like, no. Also, a broke man would never want to date me because I would fucking make more money than him and he would be intimidated by me and then start little competitions. I know how it goes. I know the fucking rules of the game. Let's be real. No high value woman who has her shit together, goes to the gym, building a business, makes her own money, wants a broke man. It's literally like repulsive to me. Like, ew. I don't really care what the reason that you're broke is. You're broke, so you can't afford my lifestyle.
I feel like I cannot be the only one who feels alone in this. Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously. Perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point, though, that that's the problem. Like, there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people, and I feel bad. Because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people, and I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million, and there's just nothing special about me. Probably not presenting that great either. Not like that sparkly or interesting or like dynamic at all, because I'm just so depleted. I know my person's out there, but starting to really question if I even have it in me to find them anymore.